Welcome to my channel Old Worth Coins. The 1965 United States quarter dollar is a significant coin in American numismatics. It marks the beginning of a new era in U.S. coinage, due to a change in composition. Prior to 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. Starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a clad composition to save costs as silver prices rose. This transition makes 1965 quarters historically important. Metal composition. The 1965 quarter was the first to be minted in a copper-nickel clad composition. It consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. This gave the coin a silver-like appearance while reducing production costs. Its total weight is 5.67 grams. And it measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter. Design features. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan in 1932. The inscriptions include Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1965. The reverse back shows an eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows, surrounded by olive branches and the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. Mintage and circulation. In 1965, over 1.8 billion quarters were minted. These coins were produced without mint marks due to a temporary suspension of mint marks between 1965 and 1967 to discourage hoarding during the coinage transition. Because of this high mintage, 1965 quarters are quite common today. Condition and grading. The value of a 1965 quarter largely depends on its condition. Coins are graded from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70. Most 1965 quarters in circulation are in lower grades, e.g. VG to VF, and have minimal collector value. However, coins in uncirculated or mint condition can be worth more. A pristine MS, 65 or higher coin may command a modest premium from collectors. Special varieties and errors. Some rare 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on silver planchets from the previous year. These silver 1965 quarters are extremely valuable and highly sought after. They weigh slightly more than clad coins and produce a distinctive sound when dropped. Additionally, certain striking or planchet errors can increase a coin's value significantly. Collector demand and market value. Most 1965 quarters in average circulated condition are worth their face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated examples may sell for around $1 to $5, depending on grade and luster. If you suspect your quarter might be a rare silver error or a high-grade specimen, it is worth having it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Silver 1965 quarter detection. To identify a silver 1965 quarter, weigh the coin using a precise scale. Silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams, compared to the 5.67 grams of clad versions. Also, examine the coin's edge. Clad coins show a copper stripe, while silver ones have a solid silver color. To maintain the value of your 1965 quarter, especially if it's in good condition, store it in a coin flip holder or album that avoids PVC materials. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its numismatic value. Handle the coin by its edges to prevent damage from oils or fingerprints. Conclusion. The 1965 U.S. quarter dollar is a common but historically important coin. While most examples have little value beyond face value, some can be worth more depending on their condition, rarity, or errors. For collectors and history enthusiasts, the coin represents a major shift in American coinage and remains a notable item in modern collections. The 1969 United States quarter dollar is part of the Washington quarter series, which was first minted in 1932. These coins feature a portrait of George Washington, the first U.S. president, on the obverse front and an eagle on the reverse back. The coin is composed of a copper nickel clad with a copper core, weighing 5.67 grams. Design features: the obverse side of the 1969 quarter shows Washington facing left, with the word Liberty above, the motto "In God We Trust" on the left side, and the date 1969 below. The reverse features a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows above two olive branches. Around the rim it reads United States of America and $quarter. Mint marks and mintage: in 1969, quarters were struck at 2 mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 176 million quarters, while the Denver Mint struck over 114 million. There were no quarters produced at the San Francisco Mint for circulation that year. Metal composition: quarters from 1965 onward, including the 1969 version, are made of a copper nickel clad composition, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. They are not silver coins. This composition gives them a silvery color but makes them less valuable than earlier silver quarters from before 1965. Common value: most 1969 quarters found in circulation are worth only their face value, 25 cents, especially if they are worn or in average condition. However, uncirculated or higher grade coins can be worth more to collectors. Condition and grading: coin grading ranges from good G to mint state MS. A 1969 quarter in mint state, MS60, MS65, can be worth anywhere from $1 to $20 or more, depending on the quality and luster. Coins with deep mirror-like surfaces or proof-like qualities may be valued even higher. 1969 quarters are more valuable due to minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planches. A genuine double die obverse error can fetch hundreds of dollars. But such coins are rare and must be authenticated by a professional grading service, while the 1969 quarter is not considered rare. Collectors may still seek high-grade examples for typesets or date mint mark collections. The demand for error coins and well-preserved specimens helps maintain a small premium in the market. If you have a 1969 quarter that appears uncirculated or shows unusual features like doubling, avoid cleaning it, as that can reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder and consult a reputable coin dealer or grading service for evaluation. Final thoughts: in summary, while most 1969 Washington quarters are worth face value, those in excellent condition or with known errors can be worth more. Their historical and aesthetic appeal, combined with the possibility of finding a rare error, keeps them interesting to both novice and seasoned coin collectors. The 1983 United States quarter dollar, also known as the Washington quarter, is a common coin minted for general circulation. It features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse front, with the words Liberty above and the date 1983 below. The reverse side shows an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, surrounded by olive branches, with the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $quarter. The coin is made of a copper nickel clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper core, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. No proof or mint sets were produced in 1983 due to U.S. mint budget cuts, so finding high-quality uncirculated examples is more difficult than for other years. Circulated coins are very common and usually only worth face value, 25 cents. But uncirculated or mint state examples can fetch higher prices. For example, a 1983 P Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, or 1983 D Denver Mint, with D mint mark quarter in MS65. Condition or higher can be valued between $10 and $40 or more, depending on demand and luster. Full strike details, clean fields, and absence of scratches or wear increase a coin's desirability. One of the most sought-after versions of this coin is the 1983 P. Washington quarter with a spitting eagle variety. This mint error shows what appears to be a line or spit coming from the eagle's beak and is caused by a die break. These error coins can be worth between $20 and $150, depending on the condition. Collectors prize this year's quarters not just because of scarcity in higher grades, but also because of their historical value. Many were heavily circulated during a tough economic period, making pristine examples harder to come by. Grading plays a crucial role in determining the coin's value. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. MS Mint State grades start at 60. And 1983 quarter graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can command a premium price, sometimes over $100, especially if the coin has bright luster and strong eye appeal. Coins below MS 60 AU XF or lower are typically worth only face value. Additionally, because no collector sets were issued in 1983, many of the best preserved coins were pulled from circulation or found in original Federal Reserve rolls. As a result, coins from unopened bank rolls or original mint sealed bags from 1983 are often the source of high-grade specimens. Today, collectors sometimes hunt these rolls in search of rare varieties or exceptionally well-struck examples. When it comes to condition, look for strong, clean edges, full details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and no signs of heavy circulation. If your 1983 quarter has visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, it likely holds no more than face value unless it is an error coin. But if it looks uncirculated or appears to be an